Dr. Darnise. Welcome back to my House of Religion, Magic, and Conjure for yet another video. And this one's going to be a quick how-to. Um, People want to know all the time from me how to do a practice, how to do a spell, and that kind of thing. So I guess I should just say, the kind of things that I do as a practitioner of Hoodoo and Conjure, that's kind of really where I fit in case you're wondering and that wasn't clear to you. I'm more about that Southern tradition, African American Southern tradition that we created ourselves in the slave experience. We were still very creative in how we were practicing our spirituality. And so one of the things that we were doing was using the natural environment, roots and herbs and stones and water, wind, air, and fire to shape our circumstances. And that really is what magic is about, using the elements to shape your circumstances according to your intention, right? So people always ask me, well, how does it work? How can any of this really work? It works because it's your intention and you're going through a ritual using some elements that have a correspondence, meaning that they lend themselves in a particular kind of a way towards what you want to do. So I'm talking in generalities here. Let's get to it. How to make a honey jar. And this is what I have right here. A honey jar. And I want to say, what's in that and what's on that? That's candle wax, by the way. I'll get to that in just a moment. So this is a honey jar. How to make a honey jar. What is the honey jar for? Well, you know that old saying that, you can accomplish more with honey than vinegar, right? You can attract more with honey rather than vinegar. So you don't always have to be about doing something to cause harm. In fact, that's not what I do or encourage. Um, so you can do something where you put a situation inside of a honey jar full of things that attract. So what would you put in here? So a circumstance that you would like to have. It could be for career. It could be for your household. It could be any situation where you want it to be harmonious and sweet. You want to bring something to you. So you're attracting it and you're using sweet things to attract it. So inside of here, there is, I'm seeing now there's on the bottom of it, I don't know if you can see that there's a petition. There's a petition paper. And so that has the name of some people who I don't know, people, places, and things that I was interested in working with. And I was wanting to draw their attention to the work that I was doing. And so basically this honey jar was intended to draw attention towards something, to attract them to my work. So what's in here then is a business card from somebody, petition paper stating what I want. And then on top of that, I poured honey. Now this is just a regular jar of some whatever food I had, and this is the empty jar. I don't know what used to be in here, but a honey jar could be this small or it can be bigger, whatever you want really. Um, Pouring in some honey. I broke up some pieces of some cinnamon sticks. There's some brown sugar in here. There's also some pecans in here, some candy coated pecans. Some people actually use candy itself. So again, the idea is something sweet you want to attract, right? And I also have some, I've opened a tea bag, a chamomile tea bag. And so that's the herbal element in here, and rosemary. Yeah, that's what's in there. I did this some time ago, so now I'm just revisiting like, yeah, I did put that in there too. And I also put in some glitter just for fun and just to make it, the kind of thing that I like in particular. I like sparkly, shiny things. So I put some glitter just on top and close it up. And I don't open it again. So it's done as a honey jar. It's done. I then can put a candle on top of it and let it burn down and kind of seal over the jar opening, the jar top, because I'm not going back into this. I'm not going to open it. And periodically, because of the kind of work I do, I am, interested in working with certain people, perhaps. I have multiple projects that I'm always working on. And so if I kind of say, well, I would really love for it to go this way, I'd really love for it to go that way, I'd love for these people to notice more of my writing or whatever it is, then I can relight it. So you just energize it again by putting a candle, and it could just be a tea light that you use, or one of the little chime candles, and that's what I've been using. That's why the wax is dripped over. Some little chime candles when I'm right there and I can watch it and make sure when it burns down it's not going to like cause any harm. So that's why the candle wax is on top of it. But anyway, that's how you do a honey jar. What kind of things do you want to attract to you? Find elements that have a correspondence with attractors. You could also put some stones in here, like what I put in there, maybe a lodestone to attract, St. John the Conqueror root, just because it's very powerful, and so that would be, something you would use to empower or charge whatever work. But more than likely for stones in this case, instead of putting the gemstones inside of a honey jar, I would put them outside of it or on top of it while I burn the candle. So that would be a better use, I think, of a gemstone rather than putting it inside the honey jar, because you would never see it again. Anyway, so that's it for now. Thank you all for subscribing and sharing and commenting. And yeah, like that. I appreciate that the channel is growing with subscribers. And yeah, I'll be right back with another one. Bye for now.